Okay, wait till the recording comes on. Wait till that says it's recording. Okay, it's recording again, and my internet's going in and out, and I'm just going to show you what I did while the internet was out. Glad I recorded. I'm glad I saved that recording. I hope it's saved. Here is the problem, and basically, here is. You basically have a right triangle. After I drew those 4 red lines, I drew this pink line saying, okay, that's 2r, that's the hypotenuse. And x, that's the legs of the triangle. So x squared plus x squared is equal to 2r squared. That's Pythagorean. 2x squared is equal to 4r squared. And you reduce it down to x squared. Well, x squared is the area, and we know that the area of this one is 1800, and you solve it and get 30. This is a nice little question. I like this question for a test question because it's real short and sweet, and you don't even need this. I just did that just in case. You don't even need this right here. So that's all you need to do. I'm going to leave that on the board for a few seconds so you can pause the video. And that's it. That's a nice little question. I would put that one on the test. And we got 30, and we got that correct. And the last one that I see is 3.4, 37, 18. 3.4, 37, 18. Okay, I love this question because it makes you think a little bit. All right, I'm going to draw, and you basically use your calculator. You don't have to really do anything except use the calculator. But I do put this one on the test because it does make you think. All right, I'm going to draw a picture of what we got. We got a frog that's sitting. Is this the frog? Yeah. We got a frog that's sitting on a stump or whatever. And I'm just going to draw a imaginary stump on mine. I'll show you this in a second. And it's at 3.7 feet, 3.7 feet from 0, 0, 0. And he jumps from the top of that stump to the ground at 3.7, 0. And there's supposed to be a little vertex right here. That's your vertex. That's your highest point. And the function is h of x or f of x, whichever you want to put, is equal to negative 0.5x squared plus 0.85x plus 3.7. And that is the function of this trajectory. Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is plot it on your calculator. First thing I'm going to tell you. Remember, this is a test question. Y is equal to, and I'm going to clear these out. And negative 5 or 0.5 x squared plus 0.85x plus 0.85x plus 3.7. And enter and graph. Okay, make sure I wrote that down right. 0.85x plus 3.7. So we got to blow that up a little bit. Let's go with zoom standard. There we go. We can use that. There's the vertex. So let's go ahead and get the vertex. Second, trace, max. And I'm going to put a left bound right there. And a right bound right there. and a middle guess right about there. Now, why, Hubert, why are you finding the vertex? Because it will ask for it, because that's the highest point. And at 0.85 feet from the stump, the frog reaches a maximum height of 4.06 feet. And that's the highest point. Okay? And they're going to ask, when does he reach a certain height? And we're going to go to the table for that, or we're going to, let me show you. So there's the vertex right there. That's your highest point. And he hits the ground at 3.7 feet from the stump. He leaves right here. So there's going to be somewhere they're going to ask for two places that he's the same height or something like that. So let's look at the question and see what it asks. How high is the frog when its horizontal distance from the base is 2 feet? So at X is equal to 2 feet. You pull up the handy dandy calculator and you type in second graph or table and you find 2 feet. At 2 feet, he is at 3.4 feet. At 2 feet, he is at 3.4 feet. And that's second graph, which is table. All right, let's see what else they ask. At what two distances, this is it, is he y equal to 3.8? At what two distances is y equal to 3.8? So you go in here and you put in your calculator. Y is equal to 3.8. And graph. And you're going to have to blow this section up right here because you got to look at it. It's a zoom box. I do a zoom box, but you can do what you want. Don't hold down the buttons. And graph. And I'm going to do a second trace. And I want to do the intersection. And I'm going to give it a guess of right there. Don't hold it down. Enter. So at 0.13 or 127. Oh gosh. At 127, he's at 3.4. And at, let's go to the other one, second trace intersection. There's the left side. There's the right side. And there is the graph. It's at 1.57. You're at 3.8. So there is an example of how to do this problem. So that's at 0.127. So 0.127 and use the comma, 0.127 comma 1.57. And I didn't do the 1.57 and 3 decimals, so that's probably why I don't like it. You know, they just said round to the nearest tenth. I'm sorry. Okay, at what distance from the base did the frog reach his highest point? That's the vertex. So at 0.85 feet. And what is the maximum height reached? And that would be 4.06. And that's it. And that is a good question. I like that question. All right, so that's I think I went over about 4 or 5 questions, maybe 6 questions, and I hope that helps.